Greetings fellow humans, I'm MartianBuu, and today's pocket video is on Weezing Arbok. Weezing has proven to be a very powerful one-point attacker. It has high HP, it can damage without attaching any energy in the form of its gas leak ability, and its dark typing allows it to do extra damage to one of the most popular decks in the meta, Mewtwo EX. Largely the problem with it has been finding the right partner, and it turns out thematically Arbok is actually one of the best ones. With 100 HP, it barely survives a non-Giovanni Circle Circuit from Pikachu EX, but its corner attack allows you to two-shot it without the Pikachu being able to retreat and survive on the bench. Arbok also being a dark type means that it can two-shot Mewtwo EX as well, and with the help of Giovanni or a Weezing Gas Leak, Starmie EX, Zapdos EX, and even Articuno EX sometimes are within reach as well. The deck does suffer a little bit from having to find evolutions, and the low overall HP compared to some of the EX decks can lead to it being a little bit fragile, but for a one-point attacking deck and a counter meta pick, it's pretty good. I hope you enjoy the games, and thank you so much for watching. Going first, gross. And I didn't even start with the good to go first Pokemon. So this is not going well for me. What is nice is my opponent gets to take a bunch of free dark chip damage for having a unfavorable type situation against me. And they don't even get to retreat, which is extra fun. I guess this is a situation where having a potion would be handy, because they do get to go double. Oh, they could have Giovanni. If they have Giovanni, whatever. It's my new opinion. Should I Sabrina? I don't know. They can Giovanni me if they want. I don't think being a coward and playing Arbok and missing out on 40 damage is gonna do any favors for me. Also, okay, I was about to say, am I supposed to Sabrina and hit my friend Curly on the bench there? But not now that they have a Ralts to sacrifice. There's the Giovanni. All right, I think we just lose, probably. Almost certainly lose if they have Sabrina, not Sabrina, Gardevoir. My opponent just kind of got the Stone Cold Nuts. That'd be unfortunate. But I think I'm, again, going to go ahead and get in my Ekans chip damage. And if they have it, they have it. Like Giovanni #2 or Gardevoir. Right, we're just playing our outs here. Setting them up for an Arbok knockout. So they need both potions to not lose. They need a Curlia or a Giovanni to win. Not Curlia, Gardevoir. That Curlia does nothing for them. All right, do you have the second potion? What a rookie! You were supposed to have 2 potions, or lethal. All right, sick. My Ekans setup and preemptive Giovanni worked out great. It worked out great for everyone involved, especially me. Get cornered. Look at that, chat. It feels so good to play to your outs and then be rewarded for it. Opponent needs a Gardevoir active to live this turn, and then they can't knock out the Arbok this turn unless if they got both Gardevoir, they could knock out the Arbok this turn. But unless they got both Gardevoir, they weren't knocking out Arbok this turn. And in the event that they did, they wouldn't be able to retreat the Gardevoir. If they got one Gardevoir just to live, they wouldn't be able to retreat the Gardevoir to switch into something else. So I think they're just stuck now. Like, they can't retreat this Mewtwo either. Oh, I mean, I just Sabrina, right? Like, I was about to like whittle down the Mewtwo to get my final points, but I'll just Sabrina take a point this way. Good deal. Good job, Arbok. I'm so proud of you. Get wrecked, Curlia. That's even your real name. That actually felt pretty decent. I did hit the favored matchup though, so there's that. It's how this deck does into non-Mewtwo things that is the important part. All right, here's a coughing. Going second. Of course, when I'm going second, I start with the coughing. The card that I want to start with when I go first. And always, but still. Does Ditto have a viable deck? That's funny, that's the second time I've been asked that today. The Ditto doesn't really have a viable deck. People try it to like counter stuff. Like, you could put it in something that has psychic energy, so you could like knock out a Mewtwo with it, but then if you're running something with psychic energy, you should just be playing a Mewtwo. So it doesn't really have a use, because its attack requires it to have the energies from the Pokemon it's copying. It doesn't just need to have the raw volume of energy, it needs to also have the specific type. And there's not a good way to guarantee that you'll have that type. Did you hear they're paywalling Battlegrounds again? Are they paywalling it, or are they just adding the extra pay to win? What's the new paywall? I know about the re-rolling of the heroes during the hero select, but is there an actual paywall? Pay to win reroll? Well, that's not a paywall. That's just, you know, an advantage for paying, which is very different. So like in Hearthstone, for those of you who don't play it, there's a constructed mode, which is what I typically play, and then there's an auto battler mode, which I don't really play. And a while back they made it so that if you pay, you have 2 extra options in champ select, which, like, for me, I think is a great way to divvy it up. So like, you can play the whole game for free. You just like, which of the random options you get is halved if you're not paying. So like, for free, like, once you pick your hero, the game is the same for everybody. Like, your access to the game is the same for everyone involved. So it's just kind of like you get a little bit more options on each try if you pay a little bit, which I think is completely acceptable. The paid rerolls, so they're making it so that you have these like new tokens, right? So you get some just for playing sometimes, I think, but otherwise you have to buy them. And you can re-roll which hero you get one time per 1 token you spend. So if you're willing to just dump money on a single game of Battlegrounds, you can get a paid advantage. It's another slight advantage though, like the slight advantage from doubling your total options. You still get complete access to the game once you pick your character. You know, it's like once the game has started, there's no difference. So it's more pay to win, not paywall. Yeah, it's just not paywall at all. It's a little pay to win thing. But yeah, I heard about it. I don't know that I'm trying to decide. It sounded a little bit more egregious to me, just because the people that like, someone who has literally endless money can just throw tokens at it every single game to have an increased chance of having the hero you want. So if I'm offended by it, it's not that it's added a pay to win element to the game, it's that it's added a like predatory aspect to the game, right? Like, there are people who shouldn't be spending that money that will like feel like they have to, you know, like feel compelled. So it basically preys off of an unhealthy habit for people who are weak-willed with their money, I guess is why I wouldn't like it, but I don't know. It's probably fine. Do you think they'll add rare candies to the game? I don't know that rare candy will do what it does in paper TCG, but I would imagine they will add it in some way, and I imagine that they'll add a way to skip the stage 1 at some point. They might not, frankly. I don't know. It's really hard to say what they'll do. They have so many options with that type of thing. But yeah, you're not going to get to drive off and then blizzard this Weezing. No schmadam. Should I put this down? I think so. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. This Articuno is stuck. It's not going anywhere. Would I ever play a greedy big beast on turn wild? Maybe. Either that or I won't. In which order do you usually pick prizes? I personally think everyone should go do 6, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. I think I go closest to me, so it's like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is what I think I typically do, but I don't really think about it. All right, so they're gonna go to 50. They're dead if I Giovanni, right? Right? Chat? Yeah. Wow. Got him. Not much advantage to skip stage 1. It's an advantage for Mewtwo going first, if you could rare candy into Gardevoir. Then that's why I've been pushing like Evo Soda would be a better card to add to this game than rare candy, because rare candy doesn't help Charizard. It doesn't help, like, rare candy helps Charizard in the same way that an Evo Soda would, as in like it gives you extra cards in your deck that you can draw to be able to evolve, right? Like you don't have to draw Charmeleon, you can also draw rare candy. But that Evo Soda would help Charizard and Mewtwo in the same way, but rare candy is going to very disproportionately affect the Mewtwo deck, because the rare candy doesn't speed up getting energies on the Charizard, but it does speed up getting energies on the Mewtwo. So you, like, if you want Mewtwo to be even better than the other stage 2 decks for longer, then you can add rare candy. But if you want to kind of even out all stage 2 decks, then you want to add something like Evo Soda to just search your deck for an evolution and put it on that Pokemon if it's been out of turn. All right, my opponent has lots of Pikachus out. I can say that much. I can say that much, and I will. There are a lot of Pikachus on my opponent's board. I want to run Hand Scope for a laugh. Which is better as a 1-of? X-Speed, Giovanni, or Sabrina? Probably Giovanni. I don't mind the boards much. The music drives me nuts, though. I know I'm wrong and I'm a hater. I don't like the mulligan music. Bam, 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 over and over and over forever until my opponent finishes their mulligan step. That music drives me nuts. This music I think is okay. I'm wondering if I should like stop streaming music that I can't use on YouTube for my Hearthstone channel and start having the Hearthstone game music in the background now that I don't edit these things as thoroughly. So like, is it better to have music? That's why I do it for this, because otherwise all my videos, my first few videos did not have the Pokemon music in them on my Pokemon channel. And then someone said, why is there no music? And I thought, why is there no music? And then I started using the Pokemon music just because I figured it would be more watchable. But I don't know if that's actually the case or not. Renee, you have all the answers. What do you think?
Chumbo.
She said Chumbo.
What was the question?
It doesn't require an explanation. It's fine.
Did Chumbo at least work backwards?
You can always triple channel the audio. I do. That's how I cut it out of things. But like, I don't want to have Pokemon music playing and also have, you know, Spotify music playing, right? While during my live stream. And the point of using the music that just goes along with the game is that way I don't have to add it in later during the YouTube channel portion of the video, which is a step I very much want to avoid doing for daily videos. You know, like when you're doing a daily video, chat, if you're an aspiring YouTubist that wants to stream and also have a YouTube, and your plan for your YouTube channel is to just post gameplay like I do, quantity over quality, all the way. You know, the people who want to watch just gameplay, they don't really care too much about how pruned the content is. It's better to just get like a lot out there all the time. I used to like super high effort my Hearthstone channel and like really trim out all the dead space every time I say every time I cough the wrong way, speed up turns where my opponent does too many things and a conversation isn't happening. You know, like I used to do all that stuff and it would take me hours and hours and hours to do. And then like I switched to barely edited daily gameplay and it's just worked out so much better. Like the videos are more popular, I'm posting more often. I feel like I didn't lose anything by doing that other than a giant chore I was doing all the time. So it's good stuff. So that's my recommendation. It's different if you're gonna post like commentary or, you know, something else. Like if you're gonna do like a video about a game instead of a video of the game, then you want to put more effort into it because quality is really going to matter in that case. But if you're just posting gameplay, you want daily gameplay, and the you know, putting a lot of effort into it isn't gonna sacrificing quantity for the sake of quality isn't gonna help you. How's that? Like, you want to do the most quality you can while prioritizing the quantity. How's that? Does that work? Question about Pokemon TCG deck names. Why does box, as in water box, mean? I've seen it in multiple deck descriptions. So it's short for toolbox. So if you have water box, it's like it's a water deck, and then you have different attackers for different situations. So you have a toolbox of attackers. I just downloaded Pocket. What packs should I open? Depends. If you want the Mewtwo deck, open the Mewtwo pack. If you want the Pikachu deck, open the Pikachu pack. If you want the Charizard deck, open the Charizard pack. Then if you want the Articuno deck, you have to like open from all three of them. But the like the one thing is, if you're going Mewtwo or Pikachu, you're gonna want Sabrinas, which come out of the Charizard pack. So you're what I think is, unless you're building Charizard, what your strategy should be is open the pack that has all the cards in it and use your pack points to craft the Sabrinas. So that's what I would do if I was you and you wanted to play one of those two decks. But like, it's just kind of lucky that three of the main decks in the game all come out of a single pack. So like everything you need other than Sabrina's for the Pikachu deck is in the Pikachu pack, Everything you need other than Sabrina's for the Mewtwo deck is in the Mewtwo pack, and then everything you need for the Charizard deck is in the Charizard pack. Yeah, but then the water deck's all over the place. The Venusaur deck is mostly in the Mewtwo pack, but then you'll need Sabrina's and Exeggutor from the Charizard pack, unless you want to do something else with a Venusaur. But like, you know, you really, if you want to have the most competitive deck possible, you want to be opening either Pikachu or the Mewtwo pack for one of those two decks, because I think, you know, the Pikachu deck is the best in the game, and then a little bit behind that is the Mewtwo deck, and then way behind that is everything else, in my opinion. So opponent needs X speed and... Well, the Weezing will knock out this. It won't knock it out if it evolves. I'm deciding whether I should retreat or not. But like, Weezing will do... No, it would need a Giovanni to knock out that Ralts next turn. I'll just do this for now. If they knock it out, they knock it out. Like, they would have to have X speed and Giovanni to knock out the Ekans. In which case, I'd just start chipping away with the Weezing. I got Exeggutor from the tutorial. Is that what I need? Exeggutor EX from the tutorial? Yeah. For the... if you wanted to build Exeggutor EX Venusaur, you would want the Exeggutor EX. There's only one so far. So yeah. But Venusaur EX, you know, temper your expectations. It's not a great deck. It's an alright deck. I don't think it's a great deck though. Alright, I am ready to start chipping away at this Mewtwo. And I'm not going to evolve Arbok yet, because if they Sabrina me, I want to give them the damaged Ekans. I am opening myself up to a red card, but like, I think it'll be fine if they red card me. Because they're not knocking out Weezing next turn, and Weezing is dealing tons of damage to the Mewtwo. I've been having to pop in and out of the stream due to work. Would you be able to recap every talking point in the stream so far for you? All right, so we talked about some stuff and then some things. We talked about Rare Candy versus Evo Soda. We talked about new event coming that features fire Pokemon. We talked about prioritizing quantity over quality for gameplay videos. We talked about which packs you should open if you're just getting into the game. And now we're talking about what we talked about. So I'm gonna deal 50 with this tackle. They'll take 60. So the Giovanni makes it so that they have to retreat to not die from poison. They could also, obviously they could potion, but still, it's pretty good. How do I start over if you want to? I'm actually not sure. If you're not comfortable with your first roll, oh, okay, yeah, we're setting that up. Blorps. My opponent wishes they had a Kirlia. Wow. All right, so they knocked out the Weezing. Good for them. But the poison takes them down. Giovanni pays off. And if they send up their Mewtwo to avoid losing to me, then I just Sabrina for the KO. What do I think of Origami? I think it's cool. I wish I knew more Origami stuff. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. I give it 3 papers out of 4. Do I do Origami? No. I can make a plane. A bad plane. Hey, going first, starting coughing. Oh my goodness. We had a competition at work and I over-engineered a plane. Uh-oh. That went straight into the floor. I'm so proud of you. So that's how my origami goes. I will probably Giovanni here to set up the gets knocked out coming back to my turn situation. I think that'll be pretty cool for me. Nah, that's rude. Nah. Ow. I could also not do that and try to find an Ekans this turn. I think I'll do it. I think it's worth it. Because if they're evolving, they're not doing anything to me next turn with the Pikachu. And you know, if they retreat, they're out in energy or out in X speed, which isn't that bad. Not that big a deal. Got second place because someone's plane deconstructed itself, went back into the sheet form. That's pretty funny. I've never made a plane that's gone further than an origami ninja star. It's funny. Aww. But yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I mean, we set him up to get knocked out coming back to the turn again. Could also top deck the other Giovanni and just knock it out, which would be great. Womp womp. But at least we can go hunting for an Ekans. Ekans one time. Womp womp. Pretty bad news, I gotta say. But we still have another Professor's Research, 2 Pokeball, and 2 Ekans. So half the cards are a gateway to Ekans next turn. Will they retreat to deny the point? This is a really good Pokemon for them to leave on 10 HP because they only want to have this active when it's going to use Thunderbolt, right? Like when it's gonna, as their last attack. So it never needs to survive again once it goes to the bench, is my point. Really? All right. I would have retreated for the Pikachu there. I think there's no downside to doing that. And they're sending up this one. I don't know about that, chat. I don't know about that. Seems questionable to me. All right, now we need an Arbok, which is less likely to find here, but still kind of likely. So we have 2 Arboks and a Professor's Research, so a third of our hits are good when it comes to Arbok. And slightly more than that if you include the coughing. Because they're like, if we don't find Arbok, but we do find Weezing, yeah, Weezing, not coughing, we can at least send up the Weezing. I don't know. I'll miss you, Weezing. So I'm gonna send up Ekans here because it's just GG if we top deck Arbok. Like, it's just over, there's nothing they can do. But we'll just retreat into the Weezing if we don't find it. And by Weezing, I mean coughing. GG, get wrecked. Yeah. No, I don't really understand giving me the Raichu free point there. I think that worked really well for me. I don't think there was any downside to retreating for the Pikachu. Like baby Pikachu, not the Pikachu EX. Burr, 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 burr. Wow. All right. Can we get an Ekans? Yay! This is a really cute Ekans picture, by the by. Sitting there with his rainbow. Thanks, some table. How you doing? It's getting a little dark in here. Did that fix it? I don't know. Not really. Yeah. Kind of towards the end here, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. My opponent is playing Execute Wigglytuff. Interesting. Execute Wigglytuff. I'm hungry. Love your beard and especially your content. May I ask how old am I? I'm upwards of 10,000 years old. How's that? Should I release my age to the general public? Should I let them know how ancient the Martian truly is? Believe I'm 35, I think. Can't say for sure. Almost certain it's 35 though. Goodbye, Execute. Is this, if this was the, no, I take it back. Nope. I was about to say something stupid. You'll never know what it is because I caught myself. Ha 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 ha. I mistyped a Pokemon in one of my other videos and I forget if the correction made it into the vid or not, but I called Galarian Weezing a true dark type when it's really Poison Fairy. Older than born, younger than dead is my go-to. Older than born, younger than dead. When I'm asked that question in Hearthstone, I say, what did I say older than? I think I said older than your refrigerator, but like, it's not necessarily true. But yeah, older than your refrigerator, younger than Illidan is what I would say. Illidan is famously imprisoned for 10,000 years. Alright, well, we couldn't save this Weezing, but we don't need to save them all, do we? Alright, so Exeggutor is taking some poison damage. We have to get through a lot of Ericas and stuff. I think it doesn't matter once you're above a certain age. I just know what year I was born, doesn't change. I can run for president, right? Isn't it 35? Did you guys vote me for president? If I ran? My opponent thinks that Wigglytuff is ever going to be part of this match, when really this Exeggutor is just going to be stuck active for the duration of its time. Goodbye, Weezing. Here's this. Unfortunately, I don't think humans can vote for Martian presidency. It's true. I was thinking about running in the American human election, but at this point, you know, you guys can vote for me for president of the Martians. Good luck, opponent. Let's see if they Erica, they go to 90. They could survive a turn if they Erica. Double potion doesn't help them. It has to be Erica. Hi, Balvin. Balvin? Balvan? I don't know how to pronounce that. You would vote for me? Thank you, Tom. Wonder what the Martian presidency would look like. I'd finally get rid of EXs in Pokemon. That's what I'd run on. I used to say I would run on getting rid of daylight saving time. It's pronounced Balvidon, the last Kaleidosaur. Ah, I see. Balvin, it's Boulder in Czech. That's cool. All right. Corner. Goodbye, Exeggutor. Why don't you get wrecked? Yay! Wow. This ended up being okay, right? Like, it's clearly not like a top 3 deck or anything like that, but it's decent. It feels about as fragile as Charizard. I think it's probably close enough.